How many people do you need in a room before it becomes more likely than not that two of them share a birthday? Surprisingly few as it happens. We'll explain why.
Iconic images of Ned Kelly's armour have become part of Australian folklore. But who made the armour and how?
Clouds get a bad rap in our society, and the now 20-year-old Cloud Appreciation Society is dedicated to countering that. We'll give you the backstory.
And finally, in this episode, we look at the origin of the parlour game Scissors, Paper, Rock and how a Japanese robot's come up with a very unfair advantage.
Hello and welcome to REMORANDOM, a celebration of uncommon knowledge and everything interesting. I'm Remo Giuffre.
And I'm Claudia Chanshaw.
Hi again, Claudia. How are you?
I'm so well, Remo. Thanks for asking.
I took my, I had my scarf on there. Did I show this to you last time? Melanie.
You did. I was so impressed. Very impressed.
Okay. Well, if that impressed you, I can't wait to see your reaction to this.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. So this is like more complicated and required the watching of many YouTube videos, apparently.
Why did you take it off? Put it back on.
It's distorting the shape of my head and making me look unattractive. And
I think it's very fetching.
I'm a little bit vain about that. So
it'd be better without the headphones.
Yeah, maybe so. I need a haircut too. I know I'm always talking about that. So she's knitting beanies and scarves, and Olive even scored a jumper, but there's no armholes in it. Yeah. She, a friend of ours, a local friend in Bondi, you probably know John MacArthur.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
I mean,
Knitting King.
Mr. Knitting King. So he's Olive's, our dog father. Whenever we go away, he looks after her gladly, as it happens. But Melanie sent a photo of Olive wearing the I think jumper's probably too strong a word. More like a cape, a woolen cape, and then sent a follow-up text saying, "Oh, oops, I didn't mean to send that. Ooh, bullshit." And then he got back to her and said, "Are there armholes?" And she said, "No." And he said, "That's what we call in the trade smoke and mirrors." So belittling her, but anyway. So that's my knitting.
Did he offer to make her one with legs?
Well, the silence was deafening. So
as the dog father, I think maybe that there's something that needs to be done there, or he could tell Melanie how to do the legs.
I think he needs to do a jumper with Olive like woven in, the word. That would make her the belle of the ball.
That would be more complicated, although he could knit a little roulet and hand sew it on.
A roulet. Okay, I'll look that up after we get off the phone. This is not the phone. So I just got a nice order yesterday for 6 copies of Memorandum number 4. That's this green one.
Oh, the new one. Lovely.
Yeah, the new one. So that was nice. And it's from one of our regulars, and his email, which I have in front of me here. These 6 will end up in Tokyo, San Francisco, Sacramento, New York, and Nashville. He's traveling and he's taking all of them passionate, lifelong learners. He also ordered a box of Splades. The Splades are because our Gen Z adult children don't believe their mum and dad. LOL. So it's nice. He bought all of these people the 1, 2, 3 pack at Christmas time. So now every time he goes over, he can,
He can augment the package. That's excellent.
We love you, Jean Van Grecken.
Good on you, Jean.
So that's that. Let me just quit out of that mail program so I don't get any annoying dings when I talk to you about
Bing.
The birthday paradox.
Bing.
This, by the way, it was freezing cold in the water at the pool this morning, and the sauna helped, which is a nice way of saying What?
Oh,
Go.
I was gonna say, I wondered if you did actually throw yourself in the ocean each morning. I know that you swim, but you
In
actually
the pool,
do
yeah. It's
brave
colder in the
brave
pool.
the cold.
The ocean is warmer. The pool was, I'm told by someone who would know, 14.4 degrees this morning. The
Ouch.
icebergs write the temperature on the chalkboard, but they always lie because they don't want people to sort of turn around and walk the other way. So
Okay.
they're usually 1 or 2 degrees exaggerated. This morning it said 16.1, so I thought, oh God, what's the real temperature? So yeah, 14.4. But bracing, and I've convinced myself that I'll just live longer if I keep doing stuff like this. So who knows?
Oh, look, keep it up then. That sounds like a plan.
But anyway, that was a way of sort of bringing the sauna into the conversation, because this next thing I want to tell you about was born of a conversation I had in the sauna with a young guy called Alex McGowan, who is a reader of the books, and said, have you heard of the birthday paradox? And I hadn't, and I looked it up. So the birthday paradox, also known as the birthday problem, is a counterintuitive concept in probability theory that deals with the likelihood that two people share a birthday in amongst a group of people. So it's not really a paradox. It's just a surprising result, because have a guess. How many people do you think you need? Well, you know, because you've read the chapter probably, but you may not
I've
have.
forgotten.
How many people do you reckon you need in a room before there's a more than even chance? It's more likely than not that two of them share
Have a birthday.
a birthday. And remember, there's 365 or six possible
Days in the year.
days. So
Okay.
how many?
66.
23 is the answer.
23.
That's all.
There you go. 23
Once you've got 23
people.
people in a room, it's more likely than not that two of them share a birthday. And
That's amazing.
It is amazing. And once there's 57 people in the room, there's a 99% probability that two of them share a birthday. And by the time there are 100 people in the room, there's only a 1 in 3 million chance that no one shares a birthday. So
That is extraordinary.
I watched a couple of videos. The QR codes are in the book to try to understand the statistics behind this. I kept watching them. I think I understand, but believe me, it's true. It got proved a couple of times. The maths is not super complicated, but I had to watch the videos 3 times. So the maths behind it also led to this kind of well-known cryptographic attack called the birthday attack, which used this probabilistic model to crash the hash function, whatever that is. So hackers developed this algorithm that cracked, that played havoc with the internet for a little while, but since then this hole has been plugged. So the paradox was discovered. It's thought to have been discovered by an English mathematician, Harold Davenport, in about 1927. He didn't do anything about publishing it at the time because he thought, everyone must know this. This is too, this is not novel. If I can come up with it, anyone can. Anyway, so he didn't publish it. The first publication of a version of the birthday problem was by an Austrian scientist named Richard von Mises in 1939. So next time you're in a room with 23 people,
Hands up, hands up.
I've got
When's
the
your
party
birthday?
trick. I've got the party trick
Yeah.
for you.
What I've learned from that little session was the word probabilistic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I made it up. The photograph
Probabilistic.
the photograph for that chapter is my own daughter Lola celebrating her 4th birthday in New York City in March 1999, looking kind of a little bit sad and staring
No.
at her candles, but had to slip
It's
that
tough
one
when you're
in.
4. It's really, really tough when you're 4 years old. Oh, what
Terrible
pressure.
twos, three-nager. What's the four? What's the four thing?
For goodness sake.
Poor four. Okay.
Poor 4.
So
Poor
what's
4.
your first topic?
Well, it's not about a 4-year-old, and it's got nothing to do with birthdays. I want to tell you about Australia's most famous outlaw and bushranger, Mr.
Oh,
Ned Kelly.
yes, very
Now,
famous.
you know that Ned is best remembered for his final showdown with the police, and he's members of the Kelly gang, who were Joe Byrne, Steve Hart, and his brother Dan Kelly. And the famous thing about them, of course, is that they wore homemade suits of armour. So a year earlier, in 1879, old Ned Kelly devised this idea that he wanted to create bulletproof armour that they could use during shootouts with the police, because these were really reckless, terrible men. And the suits and helmets were crafted from parts of a plough, as in a plough in the field. And they were either donated by sympathisers or stolen from the local farms. And so what they did was they got the metal and they heated it and beat it into shape. And the suits of armour successfully repelled bullets, but they were so heavy, they were really, really cumbersome. And so the gang thought, honestly, Ned, do you think this is going to work? Because Ned's suit weighed 44 kilograms. Now that's pretty
That's quite a
damn
lot.
heavy. That is very, very heavy. So they included the armour in a plan to ambush a police train in June 1880 at Glenrowan in Victoria. And the plan failed. So the gang, who had taken hostages at the local hotel, wore the armour in what turned out to be the final shootout with the police. So poor old Byrne
By the way,
dies.
this is the armor with the helmet with the
I'm about
the
to describe it
slots
to you.
Yeah, right.
That's right, the letter slot.
Yeah.
So we've got the shootout. Byrne dies, even though he's wearing the armour. He gets hit in a little gap in the armour in his groin. Ouch.
Oh no.
And it kills him. So Ned comes out wearing his armour and he wants to rescue Dan and Hart, the 2 remaining guys. And he gives his whole suit of armour this major workout during a 15-minute gun battle with the police. So the armour protects his head and his torso, but he received bullet wounds to his hands and his legs and had a lot of blood loss. And so they caught him. News reports of the armour cause a sensation throughout Australia and it goes around the world, and it makes Ned Kelly legendary, one of Australia's most well-known historical figures. The armour is 6 millimetres thick iron,
Wow.
and each suit's got a breastplate, the shoulder plates, a back guard, an apron, and the helmet that you're talking about. So the helmet's got that long slit for the eyes, so it looks like a long letter slot. And that's the feature that most Australians associate with Ned Kelly. So after the shootout, there were 18 bullet marks on Ned's armour. None of the bullets actually penetrated the armour, but there were 5 bullets to Ned's helmet, and it caused terrible bruising and concussion to poor old Ned. So after he made a sufficient recovery from the wounds, remember the fingers got hurt too, he was tried, convicted, and sentenced to death by hanging. And apparently his last 3 words were, "Such is life." Now, the artist Sidney Nolan reinforced that iconic image of Ned's armour by featuring it in a fabulous series of paintings that he created in 1946. And the gang of Ned Kellys even made an appearance. If you remember the opening ceremony of the 2000 Sydney Olympic Games, there were the Ned Kellys coming into the opening ceremony. Now, to some people, Ned Kelly is a folk hero. He's just this working-class revolutionary who took a stand against the British colonial authority. To others, he's simply a cold-hearted villain who has undeservedly been mythologised and morphed into the Robin Hood of Australia. So what happened to the armour? Ned Kelly's armour is in the State Library of Victoria. So where do you stand? Is Ned Kelly a hero or a villain?
Well, I mean, it's a little bit silly that he overlooked that the finger groin issue.
Yeah, but the
If you're going
gap.
to have armor, it's got to cover everything. Um, well, I guess I'm sort of more criminal than hero, but a criminal with a good sense of what's going to make a dent in the design universe. I think with the
A
design
dense
of that.
ping ping.
Yeah. Cool,
Yeah,
cool. That was
he was
great.
ingenious. He was ingenious. And think about medieval knights. I mean, they had their chainmail under their garment, but the chainmail was not going to stop a sword necessarily,
No,
and their hands were not protected.
no.
So it's the gap. So there
Well,
you
that's
go.
cool.
That's poor old Ned.
That's
Oh, I
cool.
forgot to bring it. I've got a little tiny Ned Kelly figure that I forgot to bring and show you.
Do you carry that around the
Oh,
world like you're a Gumby as well?
no, no. He's a little
Hey,
bit
but
brittle. He stays.
did you take Gumby to Europe in your most recent trip,
Of, cou-
or?
of course
Oh,
I did.
but I didn't see any photographs.
Yeah, I know. I sometimes I forget to pull him out of the handbag, and sometimes I forget to post him. But I do have photos of him sitting in a Roman amphitheater in Lyon, going like this, sitting
Okay.
on a step.
All right. Just checking. Just checking.
Yeah, yeah. He came.
Uh,
He came with me.
all right. Next, Cloud Appreciation Society. Have you heard of that? Had you
No,
heard of it before
not before you
Remorandum?
filled my mind with fluffy cloud thoughts.
Memorandum 3. So, think about clouds. Think about it. They get a bad rap. Uh, the language doesn't help. If you're under a cloud, it's not a good thing,
Yeah.
because you need a silver lining to come to the rescue if you're under a cloud. And blue sky thinking is good,
Uh-huh.
but clouds are bad. But so the Cloud Appreciation Society is an organization that's dedicated to fostering an appreciation of clouds in the sky. It was founded by a guy called Gavin Pretapini in early 2005. So the society is
Oh,
all
it's
about,
recent.
yeah, yeah, looking up in the sky. Um, you know, the clouds are kind of like Rorschach tests, ink blots. You can see in them what you want to see in them. There's a whole like subculture of people who were desperate to do that. But this Cloud Appreciation Society is big. There's 63,000 members from 23 countries, and most of them pay cash to be a member. And all they receive,
Subscribers.
they're subscribers. And I'm very jealous because all they get in return are some emails and emails with clouds in them,
Do
not
you do
printed
that?
books that cost a lot of money to to have printed and imported and packaged. Anyway, enough bitterness. Uh, they so have all these members. They have a website. They have social media channels. They publish books, which they sell. They don't give them away. And the manifesto of the Cloud Appreciation Society. I'll read some of it, not all of it. We believe that clouds are unjustly maligned and that life would be immeasurably poorer without them. We think that clouds are nature's poetry and the most egalitarian of her displays, since everyone can have a fantastic view of them. We pledge to fight blue sky thinking wherever we find it. Life would be dull if we had to look up at a cloudless monotony day after day. We seek to remind people that clouds are expressions of the atmosphere's moods and so on and so forth. And so we say to all who listen, look up, marvel at the ephemeral beauty, and always remember to live life with your head in the clouds. So I learnt about the Cloud Appreciation Society in 2013 when I was at the TED conference, and Gavin, the founder, spoke, and
Ah,
that talk is entitled "Cloudy with a Chance of Joy," and I urge you to Google that or scan the QR code in the book if you have the book. It's beautiful, and all power to him. And I'll forget my jealousy at his business model. There's
Something
we've got,
something accessible to all, the cloud. Or you just
we've
got to look
also,
up.
we've got a chapter in Memorandum 5 coming up about a cyanometer. Do you know what a cyanometer is? I'm holding my
Does it read
fingers
blue?
up. Yeah, it's kind of like a donut shaped thing with 53 shades of blue going from white all the way to black, and you hold it up to the sky to match what the blue is
Oh,
because it changes all the time. For
well, that's kind of like a blue scale Pantone
I don't know.
selector.
Exactly, exactly. So it's the
Yeah.
cloud team cloud versus team blue, and who's going to win? I don't know.
Well, interesting team on Team Cloud. When it was the year of the dragon, when a couple of years ago, I looked up in the sky, and in the cloud formations, I saw a dragon. And so I took a
Oh,
picture of it and I posted it on social media and saying, "Hey, it's just come the year of the dragon. Does anybody else see a dragon here?" And people go, "I can see it. I can see it." Now, the interesting thing about clouds and underappreciation, remembering there are a billion Chinese in the world, the dragon is a celestial being and lives in the heavens, and clouds are revered because they bring water to the land. Without water, we have no food and no nourishment. So the cloud is auspicious in Chinese thinking. So if you think of Chinese paintings, there's always the beautiful, auspicious clouds when you
oh,
look at
that's
traditional
beautiful. You
paintings.
could have
Yeah.
been, if you were in the Cloud Appreciation Society, you could have been the belle of the ball with that find.
Yeah, so it's not new thinking, this
It might not be
appreciation of the
too late.
cloud.
It might not be too
So
late.
just saying.
I've got photos on the spread of kissing couple by Marian Florjanic from Calabria. Then there's a sunbather with rather large breasts, it seems, from this cloud formation, and
They're
two
clouds.
yeah two cats dancing the salsa by Mike Rubin in Hampshire. So
I'm going to send you my dragon picture in the clouds.
yeah, okay.
He is very, very clear. Yeah,
Be
so
careful, I might
auspicious.
claim it as mine.
Oh, well, I've just told the world, all of our millions of listeners, so they know I'm
Th
backed up. But
those
interesting.
14 people are going to really
That's right. But
come down on me.
auspicious clouds, been going for centuries, guys. That's it. Just saying.
Just
Now,
saying.
something else that's been going on for a while, but not quite centuries, is the old scissors, paper, rock. Did you play that as a kid? Scissors, paper, rock, when you wanted to settle an argument?
Yes. Yeah, not a
Yes,
lot.
yes.
Not a lot, but I'm familiar with the
Okay,
playground
so
game. Yeah.
it's usually between two people. You want to settle something, and so you go, okay, we'll do scissors, paper, rock. And so you've got three shapes. So you've got your hand, and this is the rock, which is a closed fist. A piece of paper is a flat hand, and the scissors, strangely enough, look like a pair of scissors with the index finger and the middle finger held up. So the rock beats the scissors.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Paper beats the rock because you can cover the rock, and scissors beats paper. Chop, 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 chop. So
I
the
never
earliest
understood
form
that
of
middle one. Like, why does the paper, smother the
the
rock?
paper can envelop the rock. So that's it.
Right.
I've got you.
Okay.
You're covered in my piece of
Right.
paper.
Okay.
So the earliest form of this scissors paper rock game originated in China, of course, didn't everything, during the Han Dynasty, and then they imported it into Japan, where it became known as janken, and then it spread throughout the world in the early 20th century. So not quite as old as my auspicious clouds. So there are three possible outcomes. You can have a draw, you can have a win,
Yep.
that's a win, or you can have a loss. Mathematically, there's no best option in this whole thing, playing scissors, paper, rock. And no matter how often you play, you can randomly choose a strategy. There's only 1/3 of a chance that you will win. So it's like flipping a coin. It's like drawing straws. It's like throwing dice so you can settle a dispute. Now, it's been featured in many, many films and TV shows and books. And interestingly, it's been used as a means of solving problems in business. For instance, in 2005, a guy called Takashi Hashiyama, who's a CEO of a Japanese television equipment manufacturer, uses this game to choose an auction house to sell a priceless collection of Impressionist art. So he throws it out there. Sotheby's come in with paper. Christie's win with scissors and sell the $20 million collection, earning millions of dollars worth of commission. And then robots got in on the act. In 2012, researchers from the University of Tokyo created a robot hand that could play scissors, paper, rock with 100% win rate against a human opponent. So what it did was it used a high-speed camera that the robot recognizes within 1 millisecond the shape the human hand is going to take, and it produces the corresponding winning shape. And I would think that would be a bit of an unfair advantage, would you not?
Yeah, those damn robots again.
Yeah. They're clever. Well, their masters are clever.
No.
Their programmers are clever.
Yeah, that's great. No, and I think they say it in a different order in the United States. Like maybe
Rock,
it's
paper, scissors, I think.
Yeah, right. That's always confused me. But,
Yeah. So where do we say scissors, paper, rock?
yeah,
Scissors. Yeah.
cultural
We do it
differences.
the other
And
way.
the New Zealanders probably say something completely goofy. You know, they've always got a different version.
Rock, scissor, tacky.
All right. We're looking good for time, so that's all for this episode.
Oh,
Thanks, Claudia.
It's time to go. Oh,
Time to
thanks,
go
Remo.
already.
Oh.
And all of these stories are available in our books. You can order our books online at remorandom.com.
They're called Remorandom, just in case you're new to this whole little episode. Remorandom.
Beautiful. And she's
Everything
holding up the
interesting.
green. She's holding the green. She's holding the green. And, I've got 15 more stories to write for Memorandum number 5. I wrote
Gosh.
about pie yesterday, and I think today I'm going to write about the designer Stefan Sagmeister's work. It's very interesting. I'll keep you in suspense, but
I am.
I traded some emails with him overnight, so that's coming soon. And but we do need some more ideas, and
We do.
Yeah.
So if you've got a fantastic idea that you'd love to see in Remorandum, you can send us an email at hello@remorandum.com, or you can head to the website remorandum.com and buy the previous books and see what you're in for.
thanks, Claudia. Appreciate the plug
Thanks,
there,
Remo.
and see you next time. Bye.
See ya.